Hello and welcome to my second battle report of Infinity Kuraga Crisis 2008. This time we here at Arma will play Frostbite, 200 points Nomads versus 200 points Haqqislam. For this battle report's narrative, the great tactician and leader Saladin himself was asked for advice. A young and very unexperienced nomad commander asked him to teach him some tactics and share his wisdom. Of course, Saladin agreed to teach a young person seeking wisdom and knowledge, and so they met at the Haqqislam private Duban training station. At this field, everything was prepared for the Duban side and the mission Frostbite, to teach all commanders and armies how to work there and how to secure victory for humanism and of course Haqqislam. This was a squad the Nomad commander fielded in this training exercise, and later Saladin explained to him that the use of good great weapons like a light grenade launcher or an HMG is sometimes wasted on a basic line trooper if your strong troopers, like a mobile brigade, is wielding just a basic combi rifle. Small things that matter. For this training exercise, the great Saladin contacted an even greater hero of the Haqqislam Empire, Hussein al-Jubayr, the Fidei himself, and under his wise command, a tactical Muy Blink backed up by Layla and some other very important pieces like a Barit hacker and Lazik sniper were fielded to train these nomads how war can work. Saladin himself, of course, had the initiative and wanted to have the first turn. So the Nomad player gave the Assassin Baram troop this side, and as you can see for the Frostbite mission, you have 3 consoles in the middle lined up. Each can be used just once to activate a heating unit, represented by the small coffins underlined yellow. Each half of the table has 2 heating units, and at the end of round 3, every unit that is not the data tracker or attack or a heavy infantry will freeze to death unless the heating unit is activated. Saladin's idea was to use the strong Muja Blink with a heavy rocket launcher Spitfire, the data tracker Layla, the lieutenant and the doctor in the center of the deployment zone, and in the first turn move them very efficient up at the middle of the table on the small building in front of the huge stairs and cover a huge area of the table and making it hard for the Nomad player to advance because of the strong Spitfire and heavy rocket launcher arrows. With his pitcher, the assassin buried with an assault hacking device was laying prone on the tall building in the deployment zone to be able to pitch a deployable repeater and then accomplish the hidden mission for the Haqqislam force to spotlight an enemy troop. At the left flank of the deployment zone, a Lazik sniper was placed to shoot down every Nomad that sticks his head out. The Nomad commander placed a Moran on the top of the biker bar, prone behind an advertisement, and covered the area with his crazy fucking koalas marked red. He was backed with the Reverend Healer standing behind the building. In the center of the deployment zone, he placed an alguacil with a light grenade launcher. On the top of the big building on his right flank, a Grancer with a multi-sniper was laying and waiting to fire some shots. Behind the building, a mobile brigadier lieutenant with basic weapon equipment was waiting, and at the outer right flank, an alguacil with a light grenade launcher covered for his alguacil mate, who was the data tracker for this mission. This was the setup the Nomad commander took before I used my withheld last unit. Completely forgetting that there's a small zone where you can infiltrate, he was taken by surprise when I fielded an impersonation 2 marker, Fide, how I told him, right next to his deployment zone. For me, as having the first turn, this was an Alpha Strike plan. The Nomad commander was Nomads, but for the rest of his life he will never forget that a Fide can show up right next to you and hit you pretty hard. What happened in the first turn.
No one can slow us down. We ain't gonna stop until they throw us all out. Hell can't handle all of us, so get your bottles up, drinking every drop until it all runs out.
And so it began. With the first orders, my impersonation marker 1 was activated and I moved my assassin Hussein al-Jabir up the field. He went past an alguacil with a light grenade launcher, seeing in the back, on this picture already dead, the second alguacil who was the data tracker. That was his first aim and my goal for an alpha strike. Get in, get the data tracker, win 2 points. The alguacil decided to discover the Fide, who he thought was a pizza delivery man, of course, but he just managed to uncover the impersonation 1 status and failed to uncover the impersonation 2 status. So within some orders, the pizza delivery guy, who was not supposed to be there, was in question. After 3 orders, assassin Al-Jabail revealed himself and attacked the Alguacil data tracker in close combat. The poor Nomad line trooper had no chance and was slaughtered. With revealing himself, the nearby mobile brigader and the Achilles Alguacil light grenade launcher turned around. After killing the data tracker, Al-Jabil went for the light grenade launcher Alguacil. First they had a shootout, but neither of them could land a hit. So, in the second shootout, the Alguacil tried to dodge and found cover behind the wall. The rest of turn 1 was Al-Jabil following the Alguacil and killing him. On the top left corner you can see it. His way was with the red arrow. And with the last orders I moved my Mueblink midfield and there was an arrow shootout with an Alguacil light grenade launcher standing behind the red container. He dodged behind it, so was in full cover, and with the last order my heavy rocket launcher, my Spitfire, placed themselves on the edges of the building with the doctor centered. On the right side you can see where the moron was hiding, but I had no orders left and that was my first turn. The Nomads player's first turn was to activate his mobile brigader, number 1, on the top left corner. He went around the building, heading for the red circle, who was Al-Jabil. Al-Jabil fully dodged the flamethrower, while from the other side, from my deployment zone, an assassin Lazik struck down the mobile brigader. In a desperate attempt to get rid of my link, he activated as a second member of his team the Alguacil light grenade launcher, number 2. He tried to kill my heavy rocket launcher, but sadly did not succeed. The Lazik and the heavy rocket launcher killed him. With his last orders, he moved the Reverend Healer behind an advertising ad, fully covered, without any arrow of my assassins. And the moron was moved near the comm station on the right side, the console. The problem was I got arrows on his crazy koalas and on himself and struck him down in his last order, touching the console but being unconscious. The second round for the Assassin Baron player began with Layla as data tracker being very active and storming to the first console, activating the first heating unit, and then ignoring the link coherency to the second console. When she arrived there, the link was broken and a Spectre came out of nowhere shooting at her. Luckily, she survived this, and the Move link was formed again with a command token used by Zaladin. While the Move link struck down the Spectre, and Haqqislam failed to kill the Spectre. In the end of the second turn for the Haqqislam Baron player, Lila was standing next to the red container at the console. The Nomads player's second round was a desperate attempt to get rid of my data tracker, so he moved up the sniper on the top left building to kill Lila. Luckily, she dodged, while the rest of the Mube Link and the Haqqislam replied shots and killed him. With nearly no one left, the Reverend Healer used the medikit on range to heal the Moran. Unluckily, he failed the physics test. The drugs did not work and the Moran just died. In the last round, SoEinBasti used a pitcher, deployed a deployable repeater near the Reverend Healer, and used his spotlight program to achieve the hidden objective for the Haqqislam Baron player. With nothing to do, the Nomad player skipped his last turn. In the end of this training exercise, the young and novice commander learned how dangerous a FIDE can be, and that everyone should have at least someone watching his back. Of course, Assassin al-Jabail had an easy game moving behind the lines and killing Data Tracker unopposed.
This is what it's all about. No one can slow us down. We ain't gonna stop until they throw us all out. Hell can't handle all of us, so get your bottles up. Drinking every drop until it all runs out. This is what it's all about. No one can slow us down. We ain't gonna stop until
Thank you guys and girls for watching this battle report. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave a comment, rate it, and give me some feedback what was good and what was bad. I hope I can upload a third video and battle report in the next days, but it will be a really tough call because time is limited and it takes some time to produce this video. Anyways, have a nice day. Bye!